A pleasant good morning to all my lovely students. In today's video, we shall learn about modal verbs. Modal verbs, what they are, how many kinds of modal verbs are there, why do we need to use modal verbs. So it's all about modal verbs that we will learn today in this video. In my previous videos, we have already learned about verbs, their kinds. We learned about main verbs and helping verbs. We also learned that helping verbs are of two kinds, which are the auxiliaries and the modals. We learned about auxiliary in our last video. We have also learned how to use them. So today, let's begin with modals, what they are and how to use those modals. So let's begin it now. So now students, the first question is, what are modals? So modals are those helping verbs which indicate modality. Now what is modality? Modality is what we try to express in a sentence. Now as I have already told you that modal is a helping verb. And what is the function of a helping verb? It helps the main verb to express its meaning in a better way. So that is what we mean by modality. What are we trying to express in our sentence? So that is modality, and to express that modality we use the verb which is called modal. Now what kind of expressions can be made by using modals? Modals are used to express various functions like permission. For example, when you are in school and you want to enter the class, and if the teacher is there inside, then what do? You take the permission from your teacher to enter. So what do you ask? May I come in, ma'am? Or may I come in, sir? So you are using this word may to take the permission to enter the class. So you are using a modal for permission. Similarly, you are also granted permission by using modals. When you say, may I come in, then in reply, when the permission is granted, it will be said that you may come in. And if the permission is not granted, then it will be said you may not come in. So this is how you use the modals for permission. Next, we also use modals to express ability. Now, ability means whether we can do a particular work or not. The ability to do the work, whether we are able to do that particular work or not. For example, if I say, I can run very fast, then I am talking about my ability to run fast. And in order to express that ability, what am I using? I am using the modal can. So, this is how we use a modal to express ability. If I am not able to do a work, then I will use the negative form of that modal. So, I will say, I cannot run very fast. So, that will show my inability to run fast. Next, modals are also used to express advice. Like, you should wake up early in the morning. So, you are given a good advice. So, for giving advices also, we need modals. Then, modals are also used to prohibit something, for prohibition. Now, what do you mean by prohibition? Prohibition means when you are not allowed to do something. Like, you should not make the school compound dirty, or you should not litter around. So, you should not litter around means you should not throw packets and papers all around. So, you are prohibited from making the school compound dirty. So, that is where we use modals. Next, we use modals to make a request. I can say, could you please help me? So, I am using the modal could to make a request. So my sentence is expressing request. And how do we know that I am making a request? From the modal could. So see, modal is also expressing requests. Then modals can also express possibilities and probabilities. Now what do you mean by possibilities and probabilities? When something you are not sure of which may happen or may not. If I say it may rain today, then I am telling you the possibility of rainfall. I am not assuring that it is going to rain for sure. So there is no surety about it, but there are chances that it might rain or it may rain. So by using this modals may or might, I am explaining the probability or possibility of rainfall. So whether an action is going to take place or not, that we can understand by the use of a modal. Then we can also use modals to express suggestions. Suggestion means when you give idea to someone, then that is a suggestion. You may wear the blue dress. So you are giving a suggestion that that particular person can wear the blue dress. So these are some of the functions of a modal. So I'll just repeat, where can we use modals? We use modals to express permissions, abilities, obligations, prohibitions, advice, possibility, probability, request, suggestion, etc. Now what are the modals? Quickly, we will just make a list of the modals. So the modals are may, might, can, could, shall, should, will, would, need to, have to, must, ought to, dare. Now, each of them can also be used in their negative forms as modals. So, may, it can be may not, might, might not, can, cannot, could, could not, shall, shall not, should not, will not, would not, need to, need not, have not, must not, dare not, and must, ought to, ought not. So these are the modals which are used to express all the functions that I have just explained. Now, there is one very important thing that you need to understand, that modal verbs, they are special verbs and they are quite different from the main verbs. Like, they never change their forms in any kind of sentence, in case of any tense, or in case of first person, second person, third person. This will not change the form of the modals. Like, we can say he can drive, but we will never say he can drive. He can drive, they can drive, I can drive, you can drive. Okay, so in any person or in any number, this modal will not change. Secondly, the modal always needs the main verb after it. A modal is never self-dependent. That is, like I have explained to you in case of auxiliaries, that at times when main verbs are absent in a sentence, then the auxiliaries start working as the main verb. Like I am sleeping. If there is no sleeping in the sentence and we need a verb, then I can just use am as the main verb and say I am a teacher. So am, which was working as an helping verb for sleeping in the previous sentence, works as a main verb in my next sentence, I am a teacher. But modals can't be used in that way. I cannot say he can teacher. You cannot say he can teacher. You need to say he can teach. So you need that main verb teach after it. So this is another feature of a modal. The third thing that you need to understand about modals is that any principal verb, that is any main verb, doesn't change its form after the modal. Whenever you use a main verb after the modal, it will always remain in its base form. That is, I can do it. I shall not say I can did it or I can done it. I can does it. No, it will always be I can do it. He may do it. He should do it. So the verbs keep their base forms when they are used with modals. So students, today we have understood what are modals. From my next video onwards, we will learn the use of the various modals. Each of the modals that I gave you a list of, they are used in various situations to express different kind of modalities. So we will learn the use of all those modals in my following videos. So thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Stay healthy.